several folks walk in, if we could possibly ask them to sign. Okay. For you, just out here, please sign in the sign sheet. Please state your name for the record, sir.
My name is Mike Maher.
Okay.
And
Mike, could you move your hat, please?
I've got your staff report from Craig Plummer, Range Management Specialist for the USDA. And he's got it marked as the proposed site is rated very limited for the sanitary landfill. The clay content of the physical soil properties of the content causes ponding, whether from precipitation falling on the proposed site or is running from the surrounding landscapes, and operating heavy equipment on these soils would be difficult at wet periods. You guys have seen when the winds have come up and all this, we're going to have a mess here. And as far as some of the other comments have been made about the money coming in from it, I think if you guys went to answers.com and looked under Recology, you'll find that the people that you granted the permit to are not the nicest bunch of individuals you'll ever run across. They've had problems with bribery. They've had several different FBI investigations on them. And if you go to the California Waste Management Board and just look at a couple of their dump sites, the Wheatland moments they used on the Channel 8 mine, you'll see going back to 2006, they've always had the same areas of concern and also several violations. So as far as it goes with these guys coming in here and you've gotten the permit, it should have never happened.
Gentlemen, my name is Bob Dolan. I'm a resident of the city of Winnemucca, Humboldt County. I'm not quite sure what was decided, if anything, between yourself and meaning the board and council with respect to the agenda item and the question that was posed earlier about various matters about the failure to have agendized the issue with respect to the landfill here today. But there will be other meetings, and I suspect that that's not a particularly significant concern for myself and others, because there would be other times in the very near future. But as regards the response to the initial petition submitted to you all by myself and Massey K. Mayo, for you all to review the conditional use permit. And when I say you, I mean the Planning Commission. You, my neighbors, you, my fellow citizens of Humboldt County. Under the terms of the conditional use permit, the board here reserved the right to review the conditional use permit at least once annually. Now, the conditional use permit, there is not one single document that constitutes the conditional use permit. The conditional use permit consists of the application submitted to you, which contains factual representations that was presented in support of the application. It also consists of the acceptance form by the company and the comments of the staff. It all works together. As you may recall, I sent to you all directly from my office courtesy copies of the second petition to review and revoke. Hopefully you all did receive it, and you had a chance to look at it. It was a work in progress. At the hearing before the environmental department a week or so ago, I had a chance to meet the attorney for Jungle Land, and I turned around and I said to him, this environmental law is a little complicated, and by the end of the process, I'll be all lawyered up and I'll know the appropriate Code of Federal Regulations that cover various parts of the technicalities. And that's for a later issue, and I wanted the attorney for Jungle Land to know about that. Meanwhile, as policymakers in this community, this is what is being appealed to you by the opponents of this your sense of community. Now, reference was made to this document from the Carano law firm in response to the first petition. I find this to be a laughable document. It's not worth the paper it's written on. It's part of the misrepresentations that are being made. On page, well, it's on page 1, 2, on the third page, the bottom, in bold, underlined, it says to you, Jungo explicitly informed the Planning Commission that it planned to receive solid waste at the Jungo landfill, including C&D debris, tires, sludge, and asbestos-containing materials. I defy any one of you members of this Planning Commission to find anywhere in the application any reference to the word asbestos. I defy either of you to look at the minutes of the transcript of the hearing with respect to that to see the word asbestos. I found the word asbestos in the application that was submitted by this company into Carson City, the Nevada Department of Environmental Protection. They have played a shell game with this body, and they continue to insult your intelligence by saying that they explicitly informed the Planning Commission that asbestos was going to be deposited there. Limits must be set to their misrepresentations. They allege that this does not amount to a material misrepresentation. They are insulting your intelligence. Meanwhile, they say that they have accurately represented that there will be no effect on abutting properties. No effect on abutting properties. And if you look at the application, it would also say, or the uses of saying, the uses of the abutting properties. No effect. That was a factual representation. It was a materially important fact for you all to ask, because you don't ask for immaterial facts from applicants. You want to know things that are significant. If it wasn't material, you wouldn't specifically ask for it. And yet they say it's not a material misrepresentation of fact. It withstands logic. 5 minutes are up?
Yes, sir. We have
Okay,
10 seconds.
Okay, well, I implore you to use your powers, thank you, Mr. Chairman, you have the power to review the conditional use permit. You have the power to do it. All we were asking for you to use that power, review it, make another determination. I think the equities balance substantially in favor of revoking the conditional use permit. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.